Hi everyone, my name is Sharon Gosling. I'm the author of The House of Hidden Wonders. So I've got some questions here to answer. The first one is, what is The House of Hidden Wonders about? So it's about a group of sisters, Zinnie, Sadie and Nell, who live in Edinburgh in 1879, and they live in the streets that are buried beneath the Royal Exchange that's just off the Royal Mile. They don't have a lot of money, and they have made a living down there, but then something happens and a ghost appears down in the tunnels, which is scaring people away. So Zinnie decides to investigate. So it's about that adventure and how they survive and their relationship, and how they are sisters in this difficult living situation. Second question is, what inspired me to write it? I've written a lot about Victorian London, and I wanted to have a chance to explore the same period but in a different place, and I love Edinburgh. Edinburgh is one of my favourite cities, so I was looking at stories that I could set in Edinburgh, so I did a lot of research and reading around that period and that place, and this story grew up out of that, really. The third question is, why do I enjoy writing books set in the past? That's a really good question. I think because it's easy to imagine that we know about the past, but there are so many stories out there that we can explore that will teach us better about ourselves, about where we came from, how we got to where we are today. And there's the famous quote, the past is a different country, they do things differently there, and it's true. It's amazing how different life was, but at the same time very recognisable. So I kind of like exploring that, I think. The fourth question is, there is a mystery about a ghost in the novel. Have you ever seen or heard one? I don't think I have. I had maybe a strange experience when I was very young, but now I think I was probably just dreaming then. I live in a very old cottage. The cottage around me is a very, very old cottage, and just to my left is a very, very old graveyard. And I think if I was going to experience anything like that, I probably would have done living here, but I don't think I ever have. But then maybe I've passed a ghost, or a ghost has appeared and I just haven't realised that's what I'm seeing. Who knows? But yeah, I can't really think of an example. And the last question, number 5, is, if you could go back in time to one of the places you've written about, where would it be? Another really good question. I think it probably would be Victorian Edinburgh, actually, because I love the city so much. And I would really love to see it in the period that I've set it, when there was such a huge split between the new town and the beautiful squares of the new town and the very higgledy-piggledy run-down tenement areas of the old town. I'd really love to see it then, in its heyday, really, because I love it so much. Thank you very much for the questions. I hope you enjoy reading The House of Hidden Wonders.